and academic dishonesty. So you are expected to abide by the highest standards of ethical conduct. Academic dishonesty and or plagiarism will not be tolerated in this course, nor at South Mountain Community College. Providing or accepting assistance on homework, quizzes, assignments, or examinations are considered inappropriate behavior. Now, accepting assistance means, in this case, when you have someone else do the work for you and you do none of it at all. So that is not allowed. Now, when it comes to doing your homework or maybe even your discussions, you may want to ask, go to the LRC or Computer Commons. You may ask me, myself, or maybe you will ask other students in your class in regards to maybe for extra help on homework or how you did things. You will always have a view example and a help me solve this available to you on your My Math Lab assignments. So there is never an excuse to I'll just have someone else do it, because you need to learn it so that you're able to talk about it, to understand it, and able to utilize these business applications in the future. So, however, if this does occur, where someone else is doing your assignments, or say you and your another classmate get together to do assignments where you're supposed to work by yourself. If evidence is shown of shared work, you will result in a grade of 0, and everyone will get a 0. And if it happens again, you will be dropped from the course, receiving a failing grade, and then you will have to talk with the dean of students, and further things will be taken into account by South Mountain Community College. So, supplementary and collateral material. So these are just other things that you could use to help with your understanding, so that you don't end up trying to look for someone else just to do your own work for you. And in regards to that, I am here to help you as well. So do not feel that I will not answer any questions or I will not respond to my emails. I will respond to you promptly, because I am here to help you. And I am available in the LRC and Computer Commons, and other tutors are as well. There are so many resources nowadays that are available to you, so there is no excuse for that. For example, you could see newspapers, magazines at the library, and all over the internet. YouTube's a great source, Khan Academy as well. There are tons of sources of information out there nowadays. And so choose wisely what you decide to use, though. Know that it is a good source. And if you have a question about that, you can email me in regards to that, of whether or not something you found is accurate and is going to be helpful to you. So your assignments. Your assignments will be completely listed on Canvas. We are using Canvas, the online course management system that the Maricopa Community Colleges use, and we will also be using Pearson's My Math Lab. All assignments and grading will be done in Canvas. So you will see your grades for this class on Canvas. You will see feedback and responses on assignments on Canvas as well. The homework, your case studies, and quizzes for the course will be given through My Math Lab, and the grade will be taken from My Math Lab and put in Canvas. It is your responsibility to familiarize yourself with Canvas applications for this course. All graded assignments and activities and all due dates will be posted using this tool, using Canvas. And the way the class is set up is set up in modules. And in those modules, based on the course schedule, you will know what you need to complete within that week. And it will be broken down almost in a step-by-step fashion, so that you can follow through the modules quite easily without any confusion. So, as I said earlier, if you want to communicate, using Canvas will be an excellent way to do so. So you can utilize Canvas's messaging system for any and all questions pertaining to the class or assignments. As a last resort, you can email me directly with the email address I gave you above, christopher.stevens@southmountainCC.edu. But going through Canvas first will be the best way to do so, unless it is an extreme emergency. So assignment due dates. Assignments must be submitted or completed by the assigned due dates in Canvas, and punctuality is required, as it is a business environment. That being said, this is a business calculation class, and as other GBS classes are, we will treat it as a business environment to better prepare you for your future jobs and careers in the field. Therefore, late assignments will not be accepted. and there will be no makeup quizzes. You have plenty of time to do your assignments. We have allotted that time and such. If there is a need to extend it, it would be at my discretion. However, as of now, everything is already set, so you have time to do your assignments. So late assignments will not be accepted whatsoever. So even if you need to say schedule out what time you should begin doing your homework, earlier the better. There are things that come up and you have other priorities, and I understand that. But do be aware that if homework is due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m., it's probably not smart to start at 11:30 p.m. So keep that in mind. And there will be no makeup quizzes, as I said before. Assignment due dates are listed in Canvas with each appropriate graded assignment. If you're not sure about a due date, it is your responsibility to look in Canvas or ask me directly. You can also ask your other classmates because they will more or less be aware as well. So my math lab assignments, the homeworks, chapter homeworks, case studies, and quizzes are expected to be completed on my math lab before midnight of the due date listed on the assignment. So you will have chapter homeworks. You will have one case study for each chapter. And a case study will be kind of a way so you can see a real world application of the business model that we're looking at that time. And your quizzes will be lockdown screen, in which case you will have a set time within yours to do work on your quiz and get it completed by. So for each chapter, you will have homeworks, case study, and a quiz. And once you have completed that or the due date is up, you will be able to begin the next one. So you never have to worry about, hey, can I just go jump ahead to another chapter? Or hey, I didn't get done with this one, so I won't be able to do the next chapter. You have until the due date to do that. And then afterwards, you have completed it, you may move on. So for each chapter, you will need to complete the assignments in the following order. You will have a chapter homework, you will have a chapter case study, and lastly, you will have a chapter quiz. And the course is set up so that as you complete one, the next one will be available for you to do. So you must complete the previous chapter before moving on to the next. The assignments that you would have to submit on Canvas would only be discussions. So you would reply to the discussions at hand, and you are required to submit those on Canvas. You're not to email discussions to one another, to myself, and say, hey, I did it. No, you will do it on the discussions forum that is already on Canvas. So here's a look at the classes outline. So the dates are listed in the leftmost column, what week number that corresponds to. The chapter descriptions, so what it is that we'll be looking at in that time frame, and then the modules that go with that. All right. So I will leave this here for you all to look through on your own. But there is the course outline, and this will also be put on Canvas on a separate page called the course schedule, so that you can easily and more readily go straight to it and say, okay, what are we doing this week? What needs to be done by this week? But let's say you begin on January 29th, the first day of class, and it is February the 1st, and you've already completed all of this. And you want to go ahead and get a head start because, things were pretty simple, and you're looking at decimals, and you feel that maybe that's still quite simple. You can go ahead and begin and get a head start because you've already completed everything you needed to for the first module. So that will be up to you to do. I suggest, if you have the extra time to do so, to move on ahead. It'll make things easier for you. And then when you have those things come up where you won't have time to work on it, you're no longer worried about it. So setting time ahead of time to work on these is always a great thing to do. All right. Now let's talk about our grading. So with those being said, we have 16 chapter homeworks. We have 16 chapter case studies, because after each homework, you have a case study. And then we have 13 course topics based on the chapters and the things we're going through. And again, since there were 16 chapters we're looking at, you have 16 quizzes. Homeworks are 30%, case studies are 20%, topic discussions are 15%, and quizzes are 35% of your grade. And we're using the normal grading scheme.